Hey, hello and welcome to Coffee Chat with Dream Life Creators, a podcast where we inspire, motivate, encourage, but also give you practical tips to live your dream life here and now. I'm your host, Alenka Tercic, and this is my guest for today, Shilpa Agarwal. Hey, Shilpa.
Hey, Alenka. Hi, everybody.
Hey, I'm so happy to have you here. And I usually ask my guests to introduce yourself because I think those official bios are very boring
Yes,
and kind of
absolutely.
professional and scripted.
Yep.
Tell us who you are, what you do, a bit about your background.
All righty. Okay, first of all, guys, hi, I'm Shilpa Agarwal from Want Solution. It's not one solution, it's Want Solution. There's always one. And I am, what can I say? A runaway from India. So my husband and we migrated to Australia almost 4 years ago now. And we run the business together. We're both trained coaches, and we bring our own unique expertise to the table. And that's how we actually live in a very beautiful, what can I say, life and business partnership. So yeah, we specialize in helping coaches to not only write their book, but to be able to monetize it and to really grow themselves from being just an author to being a six-figure authority. Yeah, that's what we're all about.
Awesome. Before we go on to the topic of becoming an authority, let me just
Yeah.
ask you, how is it working with your husband? And, sometimes those family businesses have a special
Yes,
dynamics.
yes, there is a special dynamics, of course. But I'll tell you something, like when I'm reflecting back to, when we just started our business almost 4.5 years ago, there was a constant struggle where I was trying to make him like me and he was trying to make me like him, until we used a tool, a very beautiful tool called extended disk. And on the spectrum of the extended disk, like there's 4 quadrants, he beautifully occupies two of them and I occupy the other two. And that gave us a beautiful insight that as much as we don't speak each other's language, we have a common goal. We just have a different way of achieving it. And there have been a lot of trials and ups and downs and fights and arguments, but in the end we found peace in our what can I say, in our expert area. So he is not the guy who likes the limelight. He is happy to be behind the scenes and the supporter. So he's like my systems guy. I just know how to hold a sales conversation, how to market, and how to deliver those services. But yeah, I mean, he just sets up
Awesome.
all the systems. He's my systems guy.
No, I mean, it's awesome. And I don't want to go into the details, but
Yeah, yeah,
we have
yeah.
so many times I hear my clients or my audience and on Facebook, uh, women complain how their husbands are not supportive, how they think that this is not a real job or whatever when they start, growing online business. That's why I ask you this.
Oh yeah, no, I mean, yeah, I didn't have that
Awesome,
trouble, thankfully.
awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so now you already started talking what's your expertise, and that is, the sales conversation, the marketing, and helping others become an authority. Um,
Absolutely.
so how do you do that?
Oh, good question. Actually, for this, I'll have to step back a bit in time. And this takes me back to 3 years ago when I wrote my first book. And, I thought that when I write my book, things are going to be like, transformed almost instantly. I'm going to be a celebrity. I'm going to be famous. I'm going to be looked up to. And my coaching practice is going to be full. Can you guess what happened?
Yeah,
On
I mean, I know because it happens a lot.
Yes. So yes, my book was launched and it was in the limelight for say 2 weeks or 3 weeks max. But very soon I realized that yes, people have stopped congratulating me. There's no more FB messages coming in. And the congratulations, like the hundreds of congratulations, are not translating to money. So how do I take this further? In fact, there was a lot of people, in hindsight, now I can see they were asking for help, but I did not know how to navigate the conversation and how to say, yes, I hear you. I can help you. Let's talk. It just needed that much, but I didn't know the next steps. And yes, I was just like lost with a product, which I don't know how, where it fitted in the puzzle of my business. So I was feeling very, unaligned. Anyways, then, a year later, I start working with a, very premium business coach. I'm talking like $25,000. And he picks me up from where I am. He starts to, in a good way, but he starts to thrust my business momentum in the forward direction without checking in what has happened in the past, what products I have available, and do I want to build in the book in the marketing strategy. So, I really felt I was making a bit of wins here and there. And I felt like, wow, first I felt clueless now what to do with the book. And now I really feel clueless. Like I've got a book which I'm not proud of. I'm embarrassed, I'm shy. I can just give it away to you for free. I can just give them all for free, which I have in my garage. So anyways, with a lot of challenges and investing a lot more money in my education, in my husband's education, we learned the hard way that, writing a book is not the ultimate solution. You need to have a clear strategy. You need to know how to hold the space in a sales conversation in a very authentic way. Yeah, so that's what. So we actually created a complete package, which does not need my clients to go anywhere else. I'm absolutely confident that when they start working with us, we start with the point of creating a business model for them. So tell me, what is it that you want to do, and where does the book fit into the picture?
And I think that's the best, because I've been on the same journey as you. Everyone was telling me, oh, you should write a book, and I did. And
okay,
like you said, I published it on Kindle, nothing happened. I even had a local distributor reaching out to me and say, oh, it's such a great book, we will distribute it for you. And luckily they offered to cover the cost of the print. So
okay.
I didn't have any losses, but like you said, it just, I didn't even realize, I forgot all about it. But now that you said it, yeah, I still have stacks of this book here in my office.
Yeah. And, it has taken me a lot of work and, like putting my entire business, making it aligned with myself and my past problem and solving that problem for my clients now. Yeah. It's only now that I've come back to, loving my book, because there was really a phase where I was ashamed of this book. And I'm like, what piece of crap am I giving to anyone? So yeah, because
I totally get it. And I was kind of delusional like you were back then, like, yeah, I will write a book, I will be, famous, and everyone will come to me. But like you said, the book is just one piece of the puzzle, one step in the, and it can be a book, or it can be something else. It's a content that you put out, and without the environment, the other structure around it, it's useless.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Awesome.
So this actually brings me to a very beautiful thing, which I'd like to add, if I may.
Yeah, of course.
The whole program that, now the way we help our authors write their book is to make it a piece of evergreen marketing, because it has a good sprinkle of their personal story of what brought them into this coaching business. And it has so much value addition that even if someone just buys the book and never works with them again, they will never regret, and their life would have improved in certain ways. So that's the whole intention, to think abundantly, to add value to the readers, and through that invite people to a more premium program. Like, if you love this stuff, then there's so much more we can do in a one-on-one or in a retreat, things like that.
So how do you make or help others make their book something special? Because, I'm a huge reader. I read probably, I don't know, hundreds of books, but I also leave, hundreds of books unread, or I just start reading and it's like, oh, it's the same, what others thousands are already talking about. How do you make it special?
That's such a good question. Thank you for asking that. So I'm a believer that, we all can create, we all have the creativity and the, substance, like real substance, to create a signature system. And that's what makes my authors' books stand out from. So right now there are 2 relationship coaches writing their book with me, and there's no competition whatsoever. Can you, it's beautiful. They both have a different experience in their relationships, and they both have a different message, to share with their leads, their clients. So without going into too much detail, what I help them do is I help them create a visual model. So whatever, I help them actually really create their entire coaching business. So, someone might have a 3-step system, or another person might have a 5-step system, or someone might just have a circle with 6 pies, 6 pieces of the pie. And so, through a visual model and through those steps, based on their personal experience, it's not just pick information from other books and from what's available in public domain. It's really what worked for them, and create their own personal signature system. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, I mean, I know how this works, but
yes.
Again, even with adding the personal touch to it, I found that a lot of books are just saying the same thing over and over again with just the different words, without giving really any twist to it. Yes, it is a bit different, but just I felt for a lot of books, even a lot of famous books, when everyone was like, oh, you should read this book. And I was like, it has nothing in there that's not been said 1 million times,
That's
how to really stand out.
Yeah, beautiful. So, I think when you're saying that, Alenka, my thought is that those books which did not appeal to you were, like you were just not their target market. You were just not their ideal client. So I don't think that author is trying to appeal to everyone. So, and that's exactly what's going to happen with my 2 current authors, who are both in the relationship space, but both stories have a different core message. So one of them, she was cheated upon, and another one was not respected enough, so she was abused. So the hurt is very different, and the core message is very different, right? So just how
I love that question, because it really didn't even come to me because I was like, oh, I don't like this book, I don't like this book, I don't like this book. I mean, I like a lot of books, don't get me wrong, but just
as you said, even though you did not like the book, but there were others who were raving about it. So they are the people who would buy
absolutely. I was kind of I didn't see it in that way, and thank you, because yes, you are right, we all have different audiences, and we all have different messages to so, but
it's tiny differences, in our X factor. So their X factor did not appeal to you, but someone else's did. It's just that. Yeah.
So how do you have those authors come out of this, I want everyone to like me?
Oh, I think this is set out right at foundation, because when we are doing the business modeling, we are getting really, really clear on the avatar. So we know who is it that we're aiming to write this book for. What is, so this lady, without taking names, so lady
Yeah, of
A,
course.
who's writing the book on, how she was cheated upon and how to restore your self-esteem back after, leaving that relationship. So she's going to appeal, she's going to reach out to women who've experienced similar kind of hurts.
How do you help them getting out
Oh,
of this? I need to everyone to like me.
right,
You were
beautiful
talking
question. Yes.
about the avatar and how you help them come up with
Yeah, so we are setting this premise right in the beginning when we are working out on their business model, and we are kind of making it really clear, one-on-one, it's a lot of one-on-one coaching on their business, helping them identify you are not here to please everyone, you're just here to please the Marys, who's your avatar, or whoever. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, I think that this is the most difficult part of every business, defining who your client is and not falling into the trap of I want to please everyone, I want to serve everyone, my product is for everyone.
Yeah.
Awesome. And then how do you, when your clients go through the book writing and setting up the coaching around it, or their business around it, how do you help them then with the, let's say, with the launch and then with the other stuff?
Right. So, of course, within the constraint of the time that we have, there's only so much I'll be able to talk about without going into much specific details. So the launch, and again, all these it all starts in the beginning, I would like to say, because these two ladies who I'm very actively involved with these days, so they have actually shared with me what they want their business to look like. So there's this one lady who's really very happy with, just running a one-on-one coaching practice, right? And then the other one, she really wants to run retreats in Bali, right? So she wants to take these women on a healing journey, and she wants to run a circle, like a retreat, so the launch for which is going to be, the strategy for which is going to be very different. There's timeline planning. So I think when we talk about a launch, there's two important things that I would like to add as resource to this session, is the timing and the persistence. So I've heard it that no pre-launch rather, can be too long ever, So we actually help them get started to, their pre-launch starts with their commitment to writing the book. So they make a public announcement, woohoo, I've stepped on the journey, I'm writing a book, watch this space. I make an announcement, yes, Rachel's on board or whatever. And, we're sharing snippets as we go along, we're sharing behind the scenes. So this is all, part of the launch strategy.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but I really love this strategy, because that's what I do as well, to keep myself accountable. Because if I announce it to the world, then I cannot back out. It's a great way to keep you going.
Yeah, and one thing which I've learned the hard way, that when you're in launch mode, when you're launching something, you might think, and I've done this in the past, where I used to release one post on my profile and I would think, oh my God, clients will come flocking, but it doesn't work that way. I hang around consistently in, over 10 Facebook groups where my target audience is. And I get clients interested, jumping over the fence, saying, okay, Shilpa, I'm happy to have a conversation. I'd love a chat. I'd like to take that offer. After I have made 10 posts in that group, like 10 promos, or, the same podcast, after I've shared it like 50 times, I'm not joking. Yes, it's that much amount of effort.
No,
when
and
people see
I agree with you. A lot of people think, oh, I'll just post in the group and everyone will come to me. But if you're not active there, if people don't know you there, and that comes back to your business model, becoming the authority. If you're not known and seen and
Exactly.
recognized as an authority in that group, you can post whatever you want, you can have the best offer in the world, and no one will see you in the first place, and no one will come to you. So I think that's
it's the same
point to be active in the pre-launch
group.
or even write a book.
Yeah. And it holds the same holds true for things like this, what we are doing right now, the podcast. I can't just make one post and think the world is going to listen to this, right? Exactly. So, I think one podcast from me gets attention for one whole month. That's it. I want everyone to listen to this podcast before I launch another one. So, yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you. It is the consistency that, and being seen all the time that really is I don't want to say payoff, but it's the driving force behind becoming an authority.
Yes.
And before we started the recording, you said something very beautifully to me. You said that your book is only your vehicle and you have to know how to drive it. And I think that's the perfect way to explain what you do, right?
Yeah. Yes, I think so, because this is a message which has been coming out of me, and I'm talking about it a lot, that you need to stop obsessing about the vehicle. And it could be a book, a podcast, a blog. So I've got a blog, that means nothing. How are you promoting the blog? How are you bringing people to a sales conversation? It all boils down to being able to hold space in a sales conversation and transfer your certainty to your client, showing them you can actually get them the results.
Yeah, I love that, because I think that so many people are obsessed with, if I do this, if I write a book, if I create a course, if I, the podcasts are all the rage now. And so I think that now is the best time to tell people where they can find you. I know that you have a free gift for them.
Oh, yes. Oh, so it's time to talk about it?
Yeah, please share.
Okay, beautifully. So I'm going to share with you a link which you can post in the show notes. And when they go to that link and enter the code ALENKASGIFT without any apostrophe, so ALENKASGIFT, ALENKASGIFT, that's going to waive off the $497 of a very special signature session that I conduct for authors who want to explore what their book can be about, and the whole plan, their whole book content plan. Did I say it's $497 worth? And I'm happy to waive it off completely for listeners of this podcast.
Awesome, thank you. And I guess you are very active on Facebook. Do you have a Facebook page?
Yes, I do have a Facebook page, and it's called One Solution. Again, I will leave the links with you.
I will post the links in the notes so everyone can find you, and also your website.
If you like to hang around in a group, I do host a group as well, which is called I Can Write a Book, and that's a free community for anyone, who just wants to hang around and get a taste of what's possible. I share a lot of brilliant stuff there all the time.
Yeah, I think that a lot of people have book in them, and a lot of people want to write a book. A lot of people don't even know they want to write a book yet. So, but even if you don't write a book, you can always get some value from how to write other content, how to present yourself, and how to, become authority. You can always translate this value and knowledge and ideas into other fields. So,
absolutely. And then you never know, you might just be tempted. You might just realize, oh my God, no, I need to write a book.
Yeah, I think for myself, when I wrote that book so many years ago, I kind of ticked off the bucket list item. And but so many people tell me, yeah, you should write a book. I just don't feel it yet. So it will wait for for a while, but maybe one day, you never know what comes.
Yes, beautiful. Yeah, it'll be such an honor to help you. Yeah, awesome.
Awesome. Okay, thank you so much for being my guest. Thank you for sharing your expertise and your energy. And I hope that a lot of people will take you and your session, because yeah, I have I know a lot of them want to write a book, and I really wish for them, to do it the right way, not the way that I did it or you did it the first time.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
I hope that you enjoyed as much as I did.
Absolutely. It's been such an honor. Thank you for having me and asking all those brilliant questions.
Awesome. Thank you so much. So I'm Alenka Tercic, and this was another episode of Coffee Chat with Dream Life Creators. See you. Bye.